In this lecture, we will understand how JavaScript links functions, variables, and other programming constructs together. After all, JavaScript is not compiled, and it doesn't have a concept of a linker. So keeping things simple, JavaScript has this global object, which ties everything together. In the browser environment, this global object is the window object. So when a new page loads up in the browser, the JavaScript interpreter starts, which creates a new global object, which is named window. And inside this object, it puts properties like undefined, nan, or global functions like parseInt, has own property, or constructor functions and other objects, which are a part of the JavaScript library. Alright? Now don't worry about it if it feels like jargon. Let it unfold slowly. Let's open up a console window and type in global. And this gives us the window object representing the browser's window. We can also refer to it as window. They are both one and the same thing. We can also check that by equating global and window. And of course, they are equal. You can think of it like this. JavaScript interpreter always has a global object. But in case of a browser, that global object is called the window object. But if the JavaScript interpreter is running in context of some other application, let's say server-side app like Node.js, then there still will be some global object, but it will not be the window object. It would be something else. Alright? So can you see the difference? JavaScript language by design has a notion of a global object. Alright? So as I said, that the window object in the browser is that global object which helps tie things together. So when we create a variable or a function, it actually becomes a part of this window object. Alright? And this point is very important to understand. I have seen people put in bugs in their JavaScript program because of a lack of understanding of this idea. Let's write a function ABC which actually does nothing. I just want to show you where does JavaScript put this function definition. So now if we say global dot and start typing ABC, the function ABC appears here. So this function is a part of the global object. Now let's see if there is anything named XYZ in the global object. And there is none. So let's create a variable called XYZ and assign a value of 4 to it. Again, if you see, the global object now contains the variable XYZ. Alternatively, you can see the function and the variable created in the window object as well. Because as said earlier, the window object is the same as the global object in context of the browser. Alright?